Good morning everyone, and welcome to our presentation on understanding and detecting deception in communication. Today, we'll explore the fascinating world of why people deceive, the techniques they use, how to spot the signs, and the important ethical considerations involved. I'm excited to take you through these insights that will enhance your communication skills and awareness. Let's dive in. Deception is all about intentionally misleading someone, either by telling falsehoods or by hiding the truth. It's important to understand this because deception can significantly affect how we trust others, make decisions, and navigate our relationships. Being able to recognize when someone might be deceptive helps us figure out what's genuine, leading to clearer and more honest communication. Deception isn't limited to just one area of life. It impacts personal relationships, professional environments, and even legal situations. Understanding these aspects sets the foundation for deeper insights into how deception functions in our daily interactions. People deceive for a variety of reasons, and understanding these motivations can help us better recognize and address deceptive behavior. First, many individuals lie to avoid punishment or negative consequences. It's a way to escape accountability or dodge trouble. Then, there's deception used to gain personal or professional advantage. People might manipulate the truth to get ahead, whether in their careers or personal lives. Another common reason is the desire for social acceptance or approval. Sometimes, individuals bend the truth to fit in or be liked by others. Finally, deception can also stem from a protective instinct, where someone might lie to shield themselves or others from harm. Each of these motives offers insight into why deception occurs and highlights the complex nature of human behavior. Now, let's look at some common techniques people use when they want to deceive others. First, there's lying, which is simply giving information that you know isn't true. It's a direct way of misleading someone. Then, there's omission, which involves leaving out important facts or details. Even if you're not stating something false, leaving out critical information can create a false impression. Next is exaggeration, where elements are overstated to make a situation seem more dramatic or significant than it really is. Finally, we have equivocation, which means using vague or ambiguous language. This can confuse the listener and hide the truth without outright lying. Each of these techniques can be subtle but effective ways to distort reality. When someone is under psychological or behavioral stress, a key sign is an increased cognitive load. This means their brain is working harder, which often leads to slower or more hesitant responses. You might notice them pausing before answering or struggling to find the right words. Alongside this, physiological stress responses are quite telling. Things like sweating or a noticeable increase in heart rate can signal that the person is feeling pressured or anxious. Lastly, behavioral inconsistency is an important indicator to watch for. This happens when a person's actions don't quite match up with what they're saying, revealing potential contradictions that can point to underlying stress or deception. Recognizing these signs together gives us a clearer picture of someone's psychological state. When we talk about verbal cues, there are a few key things to pay attention to. First, speech hesitations, pauses, or filler words can often indicate uncertainty or discomfort. These little breaks in speech might seem normal, but they can be clues that someone is holding back or unsure. Next, changes in vocal pitch or tone are important. When a person's voice shifts, especially under stress, it can reveal underlying emotions or tension that aren't being explicitly stated. Another critical point is narrative contradictions. If someone's story has inconsistencies or doesn't add up, it's a strong signal that something might be off. Lastly, the importance of careful listening can't be overstated. Picking up on these subtle speech patterns requires focus and attention, but it's essential for detecting potential dishonesty and understanding the true message behind the words. When we talk about nonverbal cues, there are a few key signals to pay close attention to. First, microexpressions are those fleeting, involuntary facial expressions that reveal a person's true emotions, even if they're trying to hide them. Then, we have eye contact indicators, for example, avoiding eye contact or blinking too much can suggest discomfort or unease. Body postures also tell a story. Defensive or nervous stances like crossed arms or constant fidgeting often signal that someone is not fully at ease. However, interpreting these signals accurately means we need to be aware of the person's normal behavior and consider the situation they're in, so we don't jump to conclusions. When it comes to detecting deception or stress, several tools and technologies are commonly used. First, we have polygraph machines, which measure physiological responses like heart rate and sweat, often linked to stress. Then there's voice stress analysis, a technique that evaluates vocal patterns to identify signs of tension in someone's voice. More recently, AI-based technologies have emerged, analyzing speech, facial expressions, and behavior to spot anomalies that might indicate dishonesty. However, it's important to remember that while these tools can significantly improve accuracy, they work best when combined with traditional observational skills and human judgment. This complementary approach ensures a more reliable assessment overall. When it comes to practical applications, this technology plays a significant role in several areas. In law enforcement, it's used during interrogations and investigations to help verify the truthfulness of statements, which can be crucial for solving cases. In workplaces, it's employed in hiring processes and internal audits to maintain integrity and ensure honesty among employees. On a more personal level, it can positively impact relationships by fostering better trust and aiding in conflict resolution. However, it's important to note that case studies show varied results, depending heavily on the context and the specific methods used for detection. This variability reminds us that while the technology is powerful, its effectiveness can differ widely based on how and where it's applied. When we talk about challenges and limitations, one major concern is the risk of false positives. This means the system might incorrectly identify something as a problem or threat when it isn't, which can lead to unfair or unjust conclusions. Another important factor is cultural differences. People from different backgrounds may behave or express themselves in ways that are misunderstood by detection methods, so it's crucial to consider these variations to avoid misinterpretation. Lastly, ethical considerations play a big role, especially regarding privacy and consent. Using these detection techniques responsibly means being very careful about respecting individuals' rights and ensuring transparency. Keeping these challenges in mind helps us apply these methods effectively and ethically. To improve your detection skills, the first step is to maintain focused observation. This means paying close attention not just to what people say, but also to their nonverbal behavior like facial expressions, gestures, and tone of voice. Next, employ critical thinking by carefully evaluating whether their words are consistent and plausible. Don't take everything at face value. Ask yourself if the story adds up logically. Lastly, practice regularly. Engaging in role-playing exercises and exposing yourself to different conversational scenarios can really help sharpen these skills. By developing these habits, you'll become more accurate and confident in identifying when someone might be deceiving you. To effectively detect deception, it's essential to take a multifaceted approach. This means understanding not just the techniques people use to deceive, but also their underlying motivations and the subtle behavioral cues they might exhibit. Being mindful in how we listen and ask questions plays a big role, too. When we approach conversations with genuine curiosity and careful attention, we deepen our understanding and protect ourselves from being misled. Finally, it's important to recognize that this is an ongoing process. Continuously improving our skills and maintaining a strong ethical foundation helps us navigate the complex landscape of truth and deception with integrity and insight.